I know a lot of you are sick and tired of seeing every single streamer MFing and every single build guide is on MFing and every single strategy guide is on MFing. A lot of people are not fans of MFing for whatever reason, but there are still plenty of ways that you can make currency in PoE this league. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of those strategies and linking full guides in the description below. So first off, we have Blighted Maps. The best part about Blighted Maps is they are dead simple to do. There's a strategy that you can pull off on pretty much any build. I've done a guide on this, which I'll link in the description. My friend Travik has also done many guides on this, but let's just go over why this is so profitable right now. Firstly, gold oils are selling for 140C. You see these very often when you're doing Blighted Maps. Also silver sell for 70C and opalescent oils sell for 24C. But the cherry on top, if you run corrupted Blighted Maps, you have a chance of finding a tainted oil which sells for 3 divines. These aren't super common, but if you do run Blighted Maps, you will see them a lot. And like I said, you don't need a specific build for this. You can do this right now on whichever build you're playing, and you should come out with a very good profit. Like I said in the description, you can find my guide linked for this. Very, very fun strategy, especially if you like Blight, and it should yield some very good results. Now next up, another strategy that doesn't require a build at all is going to be Sextant Rolling. All you need for this is your 4 watchstones, and because so many MFers this league are just chowing through Sextants, a lot of these are very valuable right now. All you need to do is hop over to your Atlas tree and allocate Enduring Influence. Make sure you don't have Wandering Path, otherwise it will not work, but Enduring Influence, 5 points, allocate this. This will mean that all the Sextants you roll will have 4 uses instead of 3. If you get 3 uses, no one's going to buy it. Make sure you allocate this. Then you're going to go over to your watchstones. And then what you want to do is block at least 3 Sextant modifiers that have a high weight that we do not want to see. The best example of this will be map contains packs of monsters that deal elemental damage. So there'll be one for cold, fire, chaos. I usually block those. Also physical, cold, fire, physical, chaos. Block one of those on 3 of your stones, and then what you want to do is just roll on the 4th stone, and then every time you get something good, you're going to save it in a Surveyor's Compass. You can buy these from Kirak for 1C each, so you buy a stack of these, and then you save it. If you're going to do this, I recommend downloading Awakened PoE Trade, which I will link in the description. This will help you start to learn which Sextants are valuable, but I will go over some of the best ones right here. So the Beyond Sextant is selling for about 300 chaos at the moment. The Enraged Strongbox selling for about 80C. Daily Mirror selling for between 180 and 200C. Abyss, this is a fairly common one too, also selling for 110C. Then we have 8 Mod Corrupted Maps, 200C, and Harvest Life Force Dupe. These sell depending on the color, but around about 100C. Now the total weight for Sextants is about 20,500 if you are blocking 3 of the mods that we don't want to see. So for the Beyond Sextant, you're going to see this in about 1 in 82. Same with the Strongbox and the Abyss. Then the Daily Mirror is about 1 in 200, and the 8 Mod Corrupted 1 in 400, and the Harvest Life Force, you'll see one of those in about 1 in every 137. There's also some other ones that will sell for a decent amount, especially in bulk, things like Area Contains an Additional Legion, or the Sacred Grove, or Harbinger. These ones all add up, but currently, the price of Sextants, when I'm recording this, is about 39 for 1 divine, which is quite expensive. But with these odds, if you spend 10 divines to get 380 or 390 Sextants, you can expect to get 4.6 Beyond Sextants, which is about 6.5 divines. Same with Enraged, which is about 1.7 divines. You can get a Daily Mirror, which sells for a divine. Again, 4.6 Abyss for 2.4 divines, and maybe On average, maybe you'll get a bit lucky, you can get an 8 mod corrupted, which also sells for about a divine. All of these will add up to about 12.6 divines, and then that's not including all the smaller ones that you should save up. But the next thing I'm sure you're asking is, yeah, okay, I roll a whole lot of Sextants, but then how do I sell them? So there's a site called PoEStack. What you want to do is go over to this side, link your Discord and your PoE account to it. And then what you want to do is head over to TFT bulk tool. You click this, you select the tab in which you are storing your Sextants. So I have this one here, and then it'll list all the ones that you have. So you go load tab, it'll load it up and it'll show these are all the ones you have. Then what you do is you type in your price, it'll show the quantity. You will have to cross-reference this with what's selling in TFT. This is linked to TFT, so check the prices, the going rate in TFT, or you can just check here over at TFT compasses. So you can say beyond over here. So you can see with, let's say I have 5 beyond Sextants. You can see these are selling for 300C. This is because this person has massive stock. 255C, 250C, 270, 300. You could say, I'm going to try get rid of these as quickly as possible. List them for 270C. And then you list this. You hit post to TFT. It lists it. And then you're going to get your brain spammed out. So be ready for that. But this makes it super easy to sell Sextants. Next up is Sanctum. As always, Sanctum is incredibly profitable. The reason that not as many people are running it this league is because it's external to maps, so they're not getting that Affliction juice. However, last league, Sanctum absolutely printed currency. It is ridiculously good. The primary loot you're going to be looking for are divines and Sextants. You get tons of Sextants doing this. And like I said earlier, 39 for a divine. And if you do a whole lot of Sanctums, you're going to be walking out with hundreds of Sextants. Also, there is a massive chase item, Original Sin. If you get really good at Sanctum and you want to try do some no-hit runs, you can sell these for about 500 divines each. Also, the original scripture can drop. This is the thing that lets you attempt the no-hit run to get the original sin. This sells for a bunch too. Sanctum is super fun. However, I would recommend trying to find the right build for it. You can jump in with any build initially just to kind of learn it, but if you want to take it seriously, you might want to find a good build. So I'm going to recommend Shockwave Totems. I will link a build in the description that looked pretty good to me. I played Shockwave Totems last league with Sanctum. It was excellent. I didn't get around to doing a guide for it, but you can check out that build. If anyone has any other suggestions for Sanctum builds this league, please let me know in the comments. I will check out those videos and link them if they look good. Also, I'm going to be linking MP's Sanctum guide in the description. Plenty of content creators have done Sanctum guides, so Sanctum, another great option. Now next, another external strategy is going to be Heist, and Garth412 has updated and released his comprehensive guide for Heist in 3.12. Now, there are a lot of interesting items and a lot of very, very valuable items you can get from Heist. Of course, you can get just your normal divines, and there might be some fairly valuable replica uniques, but the real money comes from the Heist bases. Simplex amulets are starting at 190 divines, moving all the way up to 340 divines for higher item levels. We have focused amulets, these sell for 90 divines. Micro distillery belts sell for 6 divines. Helical rings sell for 18 divines. And the best part about this, if you find one of these items, let's say you find your Simplex amulet, item level 85, 340 divines. You can split these using Phenomal Plagued Arachnids with Bestiary. That means that if you find one of these items, you are essentially able to double the value. So finding a Simplex amulet is equivalent to finding a mirror. There are crazy valuable rewards in this. I'm not entirely sure what the odds of hitting these are, but with the consistent rewards and very lucrative chase items like this, this could be an excellent strategy. You can find Garth's guide linked in the description below. Now next up we have Boss Rush. This is a popular strategy and it's also dead simple. What you need to do, you run to the boss and you kill it, and then you get the stuff. But combined with Harbinger, you can even further increase the amount of currency you make with this strategy. I'm going to be linking Palstron's guide in the description. I haven't seen a new guide for 3.23, but his is very good, so that will be linked in the description. Also, Aero has an amazing boss rush build, which I will also link in the description. But going over some of the potential rewards, invitations, fracture shards, mirror shards, a lot of these are incredibly valuable this league. Incandescent invitations, these are the invitations to fight the Searing Exarch. These sell for 2 divines each. This is because everyone is running blue because they're MFing. Maven's invitations, we have Elder Slayers. This sells for about 1.5 divines. The Formed sells for 1.3 divines. The Twisted now sitting at 0.9 divines. Then as for Fracturing Shards, which you should find a few of if you are doing this strategy, 200 chaos each. And of course, the very, very lucrative Mirror Shard selling for 37 divines. You can make a killing doing this. You can just blast out maps. It is a bit of a brainless strategy, but it's the kind of thing you might want to do with a TV show on your second monitor. But an absolutely solid choice for another farming strategy this league. And then last but not least, we have Harvest Crop Rotation. I did this strategy last week. It was super fun. It's a very interesting strategy. I'll be linking Exhauster's video in the description below. But the idea with this strategy is that you are just farming tons and tons and tons of life force, which is selling for an absolute killing this league. Purple life force is about 3,900 for a divine, yellow 3,600 for a divine, and the blue life force about 4,000 for a divine. Lastly, I did this strategy. I kept track of my results, and I was averaging about 3,000 life force per map, which at current rates is close to a divine. That's not including Sacred Life Force, which can drop doing this strategy fairly regularly, but don't count on finding tons. But these sell for about 1.3 divines each. So Exhauster, he will break down the strategy. It's a bit of a weird one that you kind of have to wrap your head around, but it's super fun, and you will be finding tons and tons and tons of life force juice. Links for everything I've described will be found in the description below. So if one of these sounded interesting to you, be sure to go check out those videos where they will be broken down in bigger detail. If anyone else has some really cool strategies that you've been doing that are not MF related, please let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll do a second version with some more ideas for people. But if you have been MFing, I hope you've been enjoying it. I do recommend people try it. It is a lot of fun. So don't miss out, but also don't feel bad if you're not doing it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe. Catch you in the next video, and bye-bye.
It's ranching exile. You're making me nervous.